All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews. We're back with more Deadly Class. We are doing Season 1, Episode 2. It is called Noise, Noise, Noise. So, full spoilers if you have not seen this episode. Yeah, still good. Right off the bat, let's just say it. The quality, the production, the acting, the writing, everything is there. Right now, as of 2 episodes, this show is definitely better than Marvel's Runaways. I'm comparing it to shows that are, that deal with teenagers. So, definitely better than that. It's different genres. I mean, they're both based on comic books, though. If you want to talk about other comic book shows, I don't know, but this is definitely better than most comic book stuff on TV. Definitely better than CW stuff. But it depends on what you're looking for. If you like The Flash and Arrow and DC's Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl and stuff, that's fine. This is definitely different than that. But just as far as writing and production value and stuff like that, it's superior. And it shows, I hope it continues to look and feel this good, and the writing is good, and the music is good. And it's also doing something that doesn't get done very often. And one of my first problems with the first episode was high school cliches. And in this episode, we have the cliche of the high school party. Except in this, they do it really well. They handle it, and they take the situation of this school, the kids in this school, and what they're like, and they have the cliques and everything in this school and at this party, and then they play with those in ways that are interesting and dark and real. And even though it's ridiculous still, it still feels like they're trying to take the old ways of telling that story of all the normal things that happen at a high school party, but give it to these interesting characters that are all being trained as killers. And I think that this episode succeeds very much in rising above the usual cliche of a high school party episode. Plus, you have the whole beginning of this episode, which is the school's not messing around when it comes to what he told, the teacher, played by Benedict Wong, Master Lin, said, you're all supposed to kill somebody. And so far, the only one that's claimed to kill anybody was Willie. And we all know, if you saw episode 1, spoiler alert, watch my other episode to review that, we know that Marcus is the one who killed the guy, I think his name is Rory, or Ray, I think it was Rory, the guy that tortured him when he was homeless. But Willie's taking the credit for it. And so he's got them, at the beginning of this episode, it's just really crazy, because he sends all the other students out except for Willie, and basically it's like he hits them with poison gas, and then sends people to fight them, and then there's corridors closing in on them, and you have to figure out how to get through locked doors, fight through guys, doors closing down, poison gas running through your system, finding the right plant to save yourself. And Marcus is the only one that actually figures things out, and is of course not recognized for his achievements, just pushed aside. Other people do notice, the girls especially. Let's see, like Lana Kandor as Saya, and I forget her name from the, damn it, she's not listed in the credits for this one. The one that's dating Chico, she notices, and she's the one who heard him say fish, and has everybody eat the plants, and she even saves Chico, which this would have been her moment, but she couldn't. And I don't know if this is talking about people staying, helping their abusers or what. I don't want to jump the gun on that. I mean, it's kind of a hard situation to talk about. I did find out that character also suffers, at least in the comic book, or I think in the comic book and on the show, that she's bipolar too. because of the pills that Saya found earlier. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to the kids that didn't make it all the way. They said they kind of oompa-looped them. So I would think that that's probably what they do. You know, kind of like if you fail a test, you kind of get expelled. You don't get actually killed. But who knows? Because this is a really crazy school. Poison's class with Henry Rollins, you know, it's just nuts. And I can't get over how good this show looks. Even though it's dark and moody, it feels like I'm watching something either on Netflix, or even, you know, it kind of feels like something I'm watching that would have played at the movies, just episodic. It doesn't have the best, you know, like production value of all time or anything, but it looks really, really good. I like how Marcus is trying to deal with not killing this guy by attacking people that are bullying other people. It's a recurring theme throughout the whole episode. Trying to say that he doesn't feel anything, but he keeps having to hear Willie brag about what he did, knowing that he didn't do it, and how it just keeps escalating throughout the episode. And I do like that they're dealing with it, because this could just be, you know, done kind of silly. But even though he should feel something, I like that he is being passive aggressive in kind of an interesting way about it, like by attacking other people, like Brandy Lynn throwing the drink in her face and attacking Punk Kid with the exploited shirt. I can't remember his name either right now. There's so many different people on this show. Keeping all their names together right now is still kind of hard. But and then finally, you know, pushing Willie and having him talk and doing that cool comic book style again, animation, telling his backstory and why he's at the school. And that was pretty crazy about, you know, how he killed his dad accidentally and how his mother covered it up. And it's really interesting. I like that all these kids that, you know, should be kind of unlikable on paper are given a lot more depth. And again, with the acting and the writing, it's just all it takes, man. Is find the right actors and get the good script. And you don't have to have shows written like The Runaways, man. I'm sorry if you like that show, but it's not written well. And it's just like night and day. Like it makes me go, I can't go back to Runaways after watching this show. I will never. We got another little side plot is Petra and the other kid, and throughout, like Marcus trying to help that kid talk to her, and her not being able to deal with what he says, and naked Russian dude. that was pretty funny. And Brian Posehn, I don't know why he's in this except that he writes, you know, he's not just a stand-up comedian, but he's written a lot of comic books, you know, most probably famously for Deadpool for a while. But, you know, yeah, he's just one of those guys like Patton Oswalt that just shows up all the time. It's not bad. It's just he's not the best actor in the world, but he does have some nerd cred, so it does show up. I like that we've got all these mentions of things from the 80s. We get to hear some Duran Duran in here, which I really like. In Excess, the guy tries to make a joke about, I can't believe you like In Excess, and how the girl says, like, Michael Hutchins is every girl's, like, dream. So even the goth girl likes Michael Hutchins. Unfortunately, in 1987, Michael Hutchins wasn't much long for this world after that. I like, though, the end here where we have, we got a couple of endings here. Chico setting up his girlfriend. He does get his hit in, so he's working for the cartels, and he did it with her in the back seat to show her that he knew that she put the hit out on him using Marcus unknowingly to put her in his place. And I think that's why I wanted to say it's about kind of like the abusive relationship that she's in. Sticking with your abuser, like now thinking, you know, she could have taken him out with that if she hadn't given them the flower. But you know, I hope that Chico guy gets it pretty soon. I'm not digging like a long-term character development with that guy. I don't think this show could keep going with a character like that who's this hostile towards everyone, but we'll see. Then we have Wong, I want to keep calling him Wong. Lin takes Marcus to the funeral of the man he killed, knowing that he did it and not Willie. I like that you're not supposed to say anything bad about somebody who died, but it was the only way to get it out of his system, to tell the truth about this person. Why somebody that didn't, that looks beat up, come to a funeral and you maybe suspect that he would have something to do with it? I don't know, but especially if nobody knows who he is. But whatever, TV. But I did like that scene a lot too. Also that Lin and Saya, still working on things, giving up to all the goods about Marcus, that he's a liar, he can't be trusted, and that he's not responsible for killing all the kids, and so his reputation is not earned. And so they want to know who did it, who actually burned down the school with the kids inside. And we get this very bizarre character who apparently likes to fuck goats. Yeah, and is looking for Marcus. He drops a bunch of bricks on a cop's head. It looks like I don't know. I guess it was a trap. And he's looking for Marcus, and he wants to mess him up. And he looks all burned, so he was probably in the school. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really in here. Marcus ends up being roommates with the kid who threw the party, who apparently gets easy access to $20,000 to try to sleep with Brandy, but that doesn't work because he gets dildoed in the face. Yeah, I also like how Marcus put that guy in his place too. But yeah, I mean, this was really, really good. Really, really good. And maybe I'm not being as eloquent as I'd like to be about this. I still haven't gotten my first trade paperback of Deadly Class. It's in the mail though, so hopefully I'll be able to start reading this really soon. Henry Rollins talking about to Marcus about how he wanted to kill Ronnie was interesting. But yeah, no, really, really good episode, and I'm really looking forward to keep doing this. The first episode got a lot of views. Well, did all right, and but I want to continue to do them. I realize now that the first episode came out like a month before I did my review, but I had no idea that was the case. So I don't know if everybody's going to have a lot of doing episode to episode, but I will continue to do this as long as this is good, and even if not that many people watch. But if you do, I will keep doing this. So I want to thank anybody who does watch this, to appreciate it. Seriously, you guys, this show is way better than Marvel's Runaways. Just like, oh my God. So anyway, if you like this review, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. I think we're only like 4 people away from 500 subscribers. That would be amazing if we could get there from this show. So otherwise, this is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews saying we will be back with another episode next week. But we've also got Punisher Season 2 all the way through on the channel. We got Glass movie review. We got Friends from College Season 2 up. We got comic reviews coming tomorrow. And that's about it for right now. So we'll see you on the next video. Bye.